Dr. Tang Zihua, a research fellow at the Institute of Geology and Geophysics, Chinese Academy of Sciences, is collecting water samples along the banks of the Jialing River in Nanchong City. The city is over 200 kilometers away from
We will
Sanxingdui.
thoroughly clean the sample bottle. Typically, the bottle is rinsed 6 times before collecting the water sample. This ensures that the water sample accurately represents its own characteristics and isn't affected by any potential contaminants inside the bottle.
During this expedition, Tang Zihua plans to collect water samples from various water bodies along the upper and lower reaches of the Yazi River near Sanxingdui. His goal is to find a trace element that will not disappear with the passage of time and life. Moving hastily, Tang Zihua continues along the river, swiftly heading towards the next sampling point. As the majestic mountains tower above the expansive waters stretch endlessly towards the horizon, we follow the ancient traces and delve deep into history, hoping to find the ancient Shu Kingdom, where ivory gleams with pristine whiteness, silk radiates in magnificent splendor, bronze glimmers with brilliance, and gold sparkles with captivating allure.
When strontium isotopes make their way into the food chain and become fixed in the bodies of animals and humans, they may exhibit a ratio similar to the local background values. However, if people had migrated, the strontium isotope signal in the place where they passed away may differ from that in the place where their teeth erupted. Thus, we can use it for tracing purposes.
Dr. Tang's purpose for visiting Sichuan this time is to collect and analyze strontium isotope samples. Strontium is widely present in nature, and once animals consume food containing strontium, the ratio of strontium isotopes in their teeth remains constant despite the passage of time and life. However, the ratio of strontium isotopes vary across different regions. With the discovery of a large quantity of ivory in Sanxingdui, the question arises, where did the ivory come from? Was it sourced locally or transported from elsewhere? Dr. Tang believes that we can get the answers to these questions that people show great interest in by analyzing the strontium isotope ratio in ivory and comparing it with the environmental background.
50 or more specimens should be enough.
Yes, with so many specimens, it would be representative enough. This one is well preserved.
Did those elephants in Yunnan get as excited as we are now when they run into people's cornfields and watermelon fields? This is amazing. We would be ecstatic to have one specimen from other places, so having access to such precious specimens is truly fantastic. Few people in the world have the opportunity to test so many ivory specimens simultaneously. I already feel the weight of the responsibility, and I'm uncertain whether our research results can live up to the expectations of Sanxingdui. We hope to conduct the experiments well and provide reasonable and plausible explanations for each stage of our research.
The excavation site, surrounded by paddy fields, is equipped with a 2,000 square meter shed and 4 main excavation cabins. Apart from time, all factors that may pose a threat to the preservation of cultural relics have been isolated. As the dust gradually settles, the mysterious and distant ancient Shu Kingdom is gradually drawing closer to us. Nevertheless, our ancient Shu ancestors won't easily disclose the answers to these questions. Where did the raw materials for bronzes come from? Was the ivory produced locally? How did the seashells from the ocean find their way here? In the world of the ancient Shu people, was the road to Shu really harder than reaching the blue sky? If we can uncover the origins of these buried artifacts, there is hope to further clarify the complex connections between Sanxindui and other regions like the Central Plains. By doing so, we can gradually unveil the mysterious veil of ancient Shu civilization.
The seashells found in Sanxindui belong to the species of Monetarium moneta, commonly known as money cowries.
This is a sample of a Sanxindui bronze artifact that we have already prepared. According to our analysis, none of these Sanxindui bronze artifacts, including the bronze mask, bronze sacred trees, and Zun and Lei vessels, were made using local materials from the Chengdu Plain.
We not only found the presence of seashells in Sanxindui, but also in the northwest and northeast regions. This raises the question about its connection to the civilizations of the Central Plains and the middle and lower reaches of the Yangtze River.
The method of isotope tracing is to analyze ivory using multiple isotopes. If the raw materials of some bronze artifacts were not local and the technologies used were not local either, it is highly possible that they were produced outside of Sanxindui and then transported to this place.
Li Haichao, a young professor from Sichuan University, has been advancing research on identifying the sources of raw materials used in casting bronzes at Sanxindui. Based on his analysis of samples taken from pits 1 and 2, the raw materials for casting these bronzes were not locally obtained. At the same time, Professor Fan Anchuan's team will conduct experiments and analysis specifically on ivory, using principles and methods similar to Dr. Tang Zihua's strontium isotope ratio tracing method. With these two institutions conducting experiments on the same subject, their objective is to gather more scientific research data. So what will be the ultimate outcome of their research? In this round of excavation, Pit 3, where many significant artifacts have been unearthed, yielded a square jade Kong. It is crafted from a single piece of grayish-white jade, and what surprised the archaeologists is that a complete bronze sacred tree is carved on it. Jade served as a medium through which the ancient Shu people envisioned their sacred tree that could connect heaven and earth. Since the initial discovery of Sanxindui in 1929, a considerable portion of the unearthed artifacts have been exquisite jade objects. This indicates that the ancient Shu people had a distinct fondness for jade. This leads us to wonder, where did they acquire the materials to create these precious jade artifacts during that era? In the deep mountain of Madang village, Bajiao town, Wenchuan County, about 100 kilometers away from Sanxindui, Dr. Lu Hao, a postdoctoral research fellow from Peking University, and Dr. Chai Jun, accompanied by local guides, are searching for the source of jade mining.
According to legends and historical records, it is said that the Chengdu Plain and its surrounding areas are rich in nephrite jade.
According to local guides, this area is known for a type of jade called Longxi jade. Legend has it that mountains in Madang village, Wenchuan, had been a source of Longxi jade for generations.
The material of Longxi jade is similar to the jade found in the current Sanxindui site. During this visit, we aim to personally collect materials from the actual source of Longxi jade and compare them with the jade materials found in Sanxindui. This will enable us to determine whether they are indeed of the same type.
As it is an uninhabited area with an altitude of nearly 3,000 meters, the terrain is extremely steep and dangerous, which brings great difficulties to the scientific expedition team in their search. As the search expedition ventures deeper into the mountain, the path becomes increasingly treacherous. Walking on nearly 70-degree steep cliffs, the team members can only proceed with great difficulty, following the traces left by goats. Not only do they have to endure the prickling pain caused by thorny bushes, but they also have to be vigilant against the danger of slipping and falling into the abyss.
Yes, this is the vein of Longxi jade. Yes, blue-green and white-green colors have already appeared at this location. We still need to move further up along this vein to observe its distribution.
After a treacherous 5-hour trek, the scientific expedition team finally discovers clear traces of the Longxi jade source on a cliff near the mountaintop.
This one has high transparency. It has a blue-green or dark cyan color. It is very beautiful. This is a typical Longxi jade ore spot that we are looking for today. The deep green color is actually the most typical color of high-quality jade material for Longxi jade. We have now found it, and the jade material here is quite typical and of high quality. It is suitable for crafting jade artifacts.
After confirming the texture of the jade material, the team proceeds with the sample collection. These samples will be sent to the laboratory at Peking University for mineral composition analysis. This artist scientific expedition has significant importance for exploring the ancient Shu civilization. As the excavation work progresses, significant artifacts inside Pit 8, the largest excavated area in this round, starts to emerge. Among them, a bronze object positioned at the northeast side of the pit, temporarily referred to as the altar, unveils a groundbreaking discovery at Sanxindui. The exposed portions of the altar measure approximately 90 centimeters in height. Standing on a 3-tiered platform are 4 bronze figurines, each displaying different poses and postures. The central figurine appears to be engaged in a ritualistic dance, while the other 2 figurines kneel, carrying a mythical creature on their shoulders. Interestingly, the bronze creature is positioned with its hindquarters facing outward. The entire altar likely depicts the scene of a ritual activity taking place at that time. Next to the altar, a gigantic mythical creature lies on its side amidst a heap of ivory. On its forehead stands a towering bronze figurine with a highly vivid and lifelike form. This is the largest animal-shaped bronze artifact ever unearthed at Sanxindui.
This kneeling bronze figurine here has undergone the initial cleaning process.
Another discovery unfolds in Pit 4. Archaeologists proceed to extract the kneeling statue that has garnered much attention. The style of this bronze artifact is distinct from all previously unearthed bronze artifacts at Sanxindui. Unlike the abstract or exaggerated forms seen before, the figurine's appearance is more vivid and lifelike.
How is the head cloth wrapped? Is it a separate head? Or is it the hair that is wrapped around?
Upon completing the initial cleaning process, Ren Junfeng silently gazes at the bronze artifact from 3,000 years ago. This is the moment he enjoys the most.
Its facial expression is more lifelike. The more I touch it, the more I discover its exquisite craftsmanship. I even wonder if our ancestors from the ancient Shu kingdom really looked like this. There, you see that?
After the end of the day's work, Ren Junfeng goes to the residence of Lei Yu, his senior colleague, to unwind over drinks and engage in casual conversation.
In addition to ivory, elephant skeletons have also been discovered in the Jinsha site.
I feel like this doesn't look like something made during that era.
Yes, I also think so.
I have a pot of wine, enough to soothe the weariness of the world. At this time of the day, it is the most relaxing moment for archaeologists. Their countless thoughts ripple within the wine glasses. A full moon rises over Sanqingdui. Perhaps on a similar moonlit night thousands of years ago, a legendary story came to an abrupt end as it was buried underground. However, various imaginations about the ancient Shu kingdom have been gradually extended under the skillful hands of the painter Gao Zhongli.
I use ballpoint pens for my drawings. I start with a small sketch. When I first started drawing Sanqingdui, I wanted to depict specific scenes, such as four individuals carrying something with one person looking back. Contrasts like these can make the artwork come alive.
Gao Zhongli has been creating hand-drawn artwork featuring the subjects of Sanqingdui and the ancient Shu kingdom for over 20 years. His persistence and perseverance originate from a chance encounter he had with Sanqingdui.
From the moment I first saw bronze artifacts, I thought they were so amazing. I couldn't help but fall in love with them, and my passion for these artifacts remained unwavering for over 20 years. It's not just about liking it, but also about doing something for it. With endless creativity and limitless space for expression, I will always approach it with a sense of awe.
Gao Zhongli decides to reproduce grand scenes of the ancient Shu kingdom on drawing paper. Through observation and imagination, he shapes individual characters and then combines them to interpret the stories and legends that took place here. How vibrant and lively will the ancient Shu kingdom be under his pen? The excavation is still underway, and surprises are happening every day.
This is probably the largest gold artifact discovered in Pit 3 so far. Although we cannot confirm it yet if it is a gold mask, the probability is quite high.
Why does it feel weird? I don't think it looks like a gold mask. This is just my preliminary speculation, and I hope I'm not wrong about this. It really doesn't give the impression of a gold mask, but appears more like a large piece
I
of
have
stuff.
no idea. Everything is like a blind box. Mr. Luhaizi might have more experience in this.
No, I don't have much experience either. I'm also unsure of it. Let's unfold it and see.
Expert Ma Yanru will now reveal the true appearance of the gold artifact excavated from Pit 3.
You should take it slow. We're almost there. Our task is to recapture the former radiance of this artifact as it existed 3,000 years ago, or to exhibit a cultural phenomenon, imagining the mindset of the ancient Shu people who created this artifact, whether it was born out of their reverence for the gods or their devotion to the king. Their sense of awe must have been greater than mine.
Though 3,000 years have passed, the gold mask still exudes the grandeur of its era. What kind of stories are behind these mottled traces? Was the mask used in celebration activities or on the battlefields? New discoveries in Sanxingdui continue to rewrite history. Archaeologists extract a large bronze mask measuring 130 centimeters in width and 75 centimeters in height from Pit 3. It is the largest and best preserved bronze mask unearthed at Sanxingdui to date.
When the face of the large mask is being separated from the soil, I can't help but wonder if they feel a sense of reluctance to part ways.
The emotionally sensitive Ren Junfeng always expresses his feelings through poetic verses. He believes it is the best way to pursue the romanticism that existed in the hearts of the ancients.
When I first meet you, thousands of years have passed. You from 3,000 years ago, and I from 3,000 years later, meet across the boundaries of time and space. This encounter is also a farewell in disguise, brushing off the layers of historical dust. A force lifts you, bringing you back to the mortal realm. Our eyes meet and your image comes into my view. At this moment, we bid farewell.
I'm drawing a pit with a bronze mask, covered by a pile of ivory inside. This bronze mask looks more mysterious than it was seen in the museum. Some of the bronze masks resemble Peppa Pig, and some look like Ultraman. There are also birds and other peculiar creatures.
Ren Yijia's summer vacation is coming to an end. In her eyes, the world here is much more wonderful than any holiday destination. After collecting samples of jade ore in the field, Lu Hao's team from Peking University meticulously tested and analyzed 364 jade artifacts unearthed from pits 1 and 2 at Sanxingdui in 1986. The team then compared the composition data with the Longxi jade from Wenchuan. After months of intensive experimentation, they released their latest research findings on the origin of the jade.
After our analysis, we found that nearly 96% of the jade from Pit 1 was nephrite jade, and around 85% from Pit 2 was also nephrite
We
jade.
therefore made a preliminary judgment about its origin. It seems that the jade originates from a local variety found in Sichuan known as Longqi jade.
This research report indicates that the material composition and proportions of the jade material samples collected during the on-site investigation in Wenchuan, Sichuan province, align with those of the jade artifacts unearthed from Sanxingdui. This finding supports the hypothesis that these jade artifacts were produced locally with local materials. Going forward, Lu Hao's team will continue to use scientific and technological methods to further explore and prove this hypothesis. After intensive sample collection, Dr. Tang Zihua from the Chinese Academy of Sciences arrived in Xi'an. In the National Key Laboratory at Northwest University, he will analyze the ivory samples collected from Sanxingdui.
Both the laboratory and instruments are at the top level in the world. I'm looking forward to the results. Once this experiment is completed, we will have access to all the core strontium isotope data. With these essential supporting data, we can gain a clear understanding of the origin of ivory, whether it was sourced locally, transported from other places, or collected from several source regions with distinct differences.
Meanwhile, at the Institute of Geology and Geophysics, Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing, researchers are studying the water samples collected from the Sichuan Basin.
We measure the carbon and oxygen isotopes is mainly to trace the sources of its diet and water consumption. The values obtained from C3 and C4 plants differ. If the carbon isotope measurements fall within the range of C4 plants, it indicates that the subject ate such vegetation.
Through the utilization of cutting-edge technology, we are now on the brink of unlocking the gateway of time. If the research data on ivory indicates that it came from a place beyond the Sichuan Basin, it would raise questions about where these ivory pieces came from and through which routes the ancient Shu people transported them over 3,000 years ago. If the results indicate that these ivory pieces were locally sourced, this round of research will uncover the impact of climate change and human activities on elephant habitats. As the experiments progress in both research institutions, the answer to these mysteries will be revealed before long. As our relentless pursuit transcends the confines of time and space, the stories and legends that unfold in this remarkable place may gradually come into focus. After a meticulous process of hand-drawn creation, Professor Gao Zhongli has created 4 illustration artworks with his pen. These artworks vividly portray 4 legends from the ancient Shu kingdom, showcasing a captivating blend of imagination and dramatic representation of the vibrant history of ancient Shu.
I'm drawing its imaginative space, not depicting historical facts. I found this particular story in legends, and I felt it was particularly vivid and expressive, so I decided to draw it. I wanted to portray the story in a more relatable and humanized manner, bridging the gap between mythical elements in our own lives.
Professor Gao Zhongli's hand-drawn illustration has been invited to be displayed in the cultural and creative area of the Sanqingdui Museum. This captivating story will grace the museum, engaging in a dialogue with the artifacts from 3,000 years ago, transcending time and space.
The fieldwork is now complete, and we can officially announce to the public that the excavation of Pit 4 has come to an end. Next, we will move on to indoor work.
After nearly a year of excavation, the field archaeological work for Pit 4 has concluded. The next phase will involve laboratory analysis and organization, which will further clarify and reveal more clues. As the hand shovels dig into the soil of ancient Shu, the secrets buried in the thick soil are slowly being brought to light. When future generations, including us, ponder once again upon those protruding eyes and large ears, what they truly tell us is that their gaze from over 3,000 years ago may have already reached even farther places. We delve into history to embrace the future with greater clarity. Ascending to mountaintops and delving into rivers, our quest for the truth knows no bounds. What happened in Sanqingdui? Why did the Sanqingdui people leave? These mysteries that have puzzled people for over 30 years are anticipated to unravel further as ongoing archaeological excavations and research brings forth new answers.